So YouTube back with another one. Now this was a crazy game. You just have to watch this one. This one went down to the absolute wire. This is competitive when I was in Platinum 2, on the way to 1. And when I say this is a crazy game, this was just I have no words for it. So in this game, I'm playing with my cousin. At first he was using the Punisher to try to, you know, take care of Spider-Man and things like that. Because with the Spider-Man, he really Iron Man main, but with Spider-Man, he's a great counter for Iron Man. So just said he just gonna switch to Punisher. Now this one right here, as you will hear that when I get done editing, you will hear it. But I was just just done with this game. I wouldn't say I was done with the match, but I hate to say it, but in my mind it was just like, yeah, we're gonna lose this because the healers wasn't doing a great job at first. They weren't. Somebody had to switch from their, you know, from what they were doing to go switch to Rocket later on and help us with the healing, because the healing was not it. As you see right here, we have a Cloak and Dagger and a Invisible Woman, and they're not using their ult. They had their ults. They didn't use them. They waited until, you know, we got right here to when they were about to walk up the stairs to use it.
Nobody uses
so
it, bro. That shit is so lame. Now you want to use it. You could have been used.
When you playing competitive, there's one thing that people have to realize, and I don't know why they use 2 ults there. And there's another thing to realize: if you're a healer, please do not use 2 ults. Please do not use 2 defensive ults, because there's no point. Now you only do that when it's overtime and you have nothing and you got to go for broke. But when it's like this,
like I said, you're not good.
Don't use 2 ults, because we could have used that. We could have used that one when we were going up the stairs, and I already knew Doctor Strange was going to do that. Doctor Strange,
I gotta switch to Emma.
You'll see that I make a switch right here. I made the switch to Emma because
Idiots, bro.
She's a great counter for Doctor Strange and Scarlet. For me, I don't mind. I'm a group main, but I want to say I'm a group main only. I'm a tank main. I will main tanks because I want to protect the front lines. I want to take that damage for, you know, my team if I have to. And as you can hear, you can see that I'm getting a little bit frustrated, you know. I'm getting a little bit unsettled, but that's because I know how great or how to play the game. I know that it's not really about skill versus skill, it's about really brain versus brain. So with me, it's frustrating to basically get walked back like this, especially when you see, as I took Scarlet out her ult, which is why I pick Emma to do exactly that. But it's not going to matter because they're going to capture the point, things like that. So they got the first point with 2 minutes left to spare. This, like I said, this is a game of who can adjust and who's smart. When you about to play competitive, this is about, okay, what's my calculations going to be? What to do to counter this person, what to do to counter that person. See, that's why I said it's about brain, because anybody is just eager to fight, they would have walked through that. Doctor Strange tried to set up a portal because they tried to take the easy way out. And like I said, you play competitive, you have to realize that you got to be on one accord with your team. You cannot play competitive
Shit.
and think that this is going to be like quick play. No. People are more aggressive. People are thinking more. And people are literally, you know, I won't say more strategic. I'll just say they're more, you know, they go more by team ups than just quick play. Quick play, you see 3 DPSs, 5 DPSs, they not trying to heal. But in competitive, you see that they're gonna try to, you know, mix and match the team ups to try to be, you know, as great as a combination as possible. So you have to keep that in mind. If you have never played competitive, especially when you get into the higher ranks, you're still gonna deal with some imbeciles. Sorry to say, you're still gonna deal with some people that don't know how to play the game, that's gonna do what they do because they don't care. You're still going to do with some people, and as you hear right here, like I said, he switched to Rocket, so that was good for us, and you're gonna see that he helped us out a bunch. Rocket is one of the best healers on the game, especially with his buff that they gave him in Season 2. He's a great help because he now has a true defensive ult. He now can gain you health, and it used to be a 40% damage boost, but it's a 25% damage boost. Yeah, I missed the Scarlet grab, but I was behind my diamond. She ain't really getting nobody, but I still killed her. But like I said with Rocket, if you're gonna be a strategist, main Rocket, because he can put damage on people as well. He can shred tanks as well, and not to mention his boost to his ult is just one of those things that is just a blessing. I remember hearing before all that Rocket wasn't a good healer. His ult was trash. But when I read up on it, I'm like, how is his ult trash? Back then, his ult used to give you a 40% damage boost. So how is his ult trash? Now it doesn't do the same damage boost, but it give you is more of a defensive ult. Like you see my energy going up, and it's still a 25% damage boost, which is still a lot. It might not be 40, but it's still a lot to do the job. So having Rocket, it helped us out a lot. It helped us out. Really, you know, helped us make this a game of what it should be. So yeah. And another reason, like I said, I'm a group main, really a tank main, but I love playing with group because he can trap people. You know, I remember when Season 5 first started, he used to get banned so much. You still have his bans here and there, but you don't have him as much. Now you have Penny getting banned because of her team up with Rocket and stuff like that. But, you know, in this one, this is when he was still getting banned, so it was great to, excuse me, it was great to have. Now this one, I ain't gonna lie, I really dislike Squirrel Girl ult in this game. She's just annoying. Her ult is annoying, and there's not much I can say about that. Her ult is truly annoying. It bothers me so much that her ult can keep going, and just, it's not even a pattern that it goes in. You can make it go straight and it will still go diagonal. I remember it followed one of my teammates up the stairs once, and it doesn't make sense on how her ult works. But I wish they would nerf that, because when she be getting killed, her ult still goes. It's kind of like Moon Knight's ult. I hate Moon Knight ult because when you kill him in the first second, it still, you know, it still does damage and it's still on. Her ult does the exact same thing, but not, if not more damage and more of annoying pest with her ult. I hate it so much. I just hate it. But as you see, we're fighting. Like I said, this game came down to the wire. It came down to the absolute wire. And you guys will be like, what the heck just happened? So I had to make that switch with Emma because, like I said, she's a great counter for Strange. and Scarlet. You know, and also for Jeff. So they got 3 people that I can counter on there. You know, she's a great counter for actually 4 counters because she's a great counter for the Aya Agamotto, Strange's ult, the Pure Chaos ult. You know, I can grab people out their alts. Jeff ult, he can't really gobble up. Oh, it sounds crazy, but he can't really gobble up Emma when she in her diamond form. So that's why I do it. And see, that's why I use it for that. Because when he does that, I can counter it. I can stop my teammates from getting killed and things like that. So that is why I use it. And this is why I say I hate Squirrel Girl ult. Because as you can see right there, it just came for me. And like I said, I don't like Squirrel Girl because I feel like she's a crutch for people. If you never use Squirrel Girl, we always talk about how Wanda and Moon Knight and Bucky, their skill is wonders, this is that. But people don't never talk about how Squirrel Girl is a crutch as well. People completely ignore how much of a crutch Squirrel Girl is because they love Squirrel Girl and they want her to get buffed. But she's a crutch as well. She gets her ult just as fast as anybody.
You went to go get a character that's already been used.
And not to mention, we always like to talk about Wanda. Oh, she doesn't have to aim. I mean, Squirrel Girl don't either. She could just aim in your direction and can kill you because of splash damage. So what's the difference? It's really no difference. There's no difference. So it's just weird how people love to talk about, you know, Wanda and all that, but they use Squirrel Girl, and it's weird to me. But anyway, I just don't like it. Like I said, that was a good kill right there. My cousin was going crazy on Iron Man. He was stopping all the defensive ults that happened, especially Cloak and Daggers. He stopped them like a bunch of times to help us, you know, really push this thing up the stairs. As you can see, you know, it's overtime. We have to stay on here. I switched to diamond mode. I got Venom up out of there. He is the main pest. Everybody else is pest as well, but gotta get Venom up out of there. So we're moving it, and you know, things like that. And we will actually capture this point. You know, did a good job. Like I said, Rocket really helped us. As you can see, Rocket helped us a bunch. Rocket was the Iron Fist that I was talking about selling as he was switching to different characters. But he really changed my mind and really was like, okay, I see how this going. It really made me change my mind about that person because as a DPS, he was horrible. I'm just going to keep it as it is. He was horrible. But as a Rocket main, even though I don't know if he main Rocket, but as him using Rocket, he came up clutch. He really helped us. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He helped us. He really helped us. So, hey, I appreciate him for switching. Appreciate him showing that, okay, I'm not really as good with the DPSs as I thought I was. And yeah, he just helped out so much, so it's cool. got Cloak and Dagger up out of there. Try to get into that bubble like they always do because that bubble really helps them heal themselves. But as you heard, I'm Emma. I can grab you up out of there. So that's not really nothing. Now, as y'all can see, we have 1 minute to move this. And it just get crazy. I'm still in shock on how did we do this. We are in overtime and you're going to see how far we get. You're just going to see how clutch we just came up and moving this thing far. That's the country coming out. But still, how we just move this thing far. Whatever. You heard it. It sound like Glorilla, but we just move this thing. As you can see, Squirrel Girl behind us. She trying to dive. Like I said, my cousin got Emma and Hook a Dagger up out of there to stop her ult. Stop their ult.
Good shit. Good shit.
Aced. And it's just like, we were moving this thing. This thing was just, I don't know how we did it.
I think we need to get on
But we adjust.
bro, 'cause
We
on here.
adjusted. We did what we had to do. We switched to the characters that we needed to counter. And this is the results that you're seeing. They try to pull out the Emma. You know how people be. People pulls out other people to try to counter, to show that they can use that character better than you.
Squirrel Girl.
But I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Good shit.
Nobody can't use a character better than me. That's how I go into my mind and my process. If you want to try to use a character better than me, it's not gonna work. I don't care.
Kill that nigga, bro.
I don't know why he thought he could do that. But a lot of people do that when I'm Emma. A lot of people get Emma to try to counter me, and that's not gonna work. Or when I'm Groot, a lot of people try to get Groot to counter me, and that, again, that's not gonna work.
He did.
So, like I said, you can't out counter me
Oh Lord.
when I got Emma. So
Oh,
you could try, but it's not gonna work.
bro.
But they got me up out of here. They had to double team me. But like I said, Rocket was clutch because he put down the thing and stayed on point. He was clutch. So I'm sorry. Rocket to me is one of the best healers, if not the best healer in the game. People can say they hate him all they want. Rocket is good. He's in fact too good that when he's on the other team, he's really annoying. So in competitive, once you get into gold, you can start banning. If you don't want to deal with Rocket, I'll say ban him. But you got to be strategic with your bans. You can't just go on willy-nilly and think that, oh, I'm banning this character because I don't like him. No. Even though you don't like a character, you got to ban the character that's most of a pest to whoever is using it, to the team. Rocket is a pest to the other team because, look, he's keeping us alive. He's a pest to the other team. He makes the damage stronger.
Let's go then, Rocket.
So
I'm on her ass. I'm on her ass. I'm on her ass.
if you don't want to deal with that, then don't deal with it. For me, how I look at it, I want people at their best. Now there is some limitations that I am willing to go, like Wolverine, because I'm a group player. Tank main, I hate Wolverine with a passion because Wolverine just can shred through tanks, especially group, with no problem. As you see, we lost, but we got it far. See my cousin going crazy, 63-6. I'm 39-12.
All right, let's get it.
And for this round, I went back to group.
Yo, he can...
Why did I go back to group? Because I know that I can stall out with group. With all his walls and all the stuff that he could put up, I know that I can stall with group. So this is why I went back to group. And you will see. You will see how clutch we came up. Because I went back with group. We stalled them for that good 4 minutes damn near. And this is just a beautiful gameplay by our team to really put this game away. Like I said, we was getting outclassed. So the fact that my teammates, they switched around, even though we were kind of going crazy on which I called it out. If y'all didn't hear, I called it out. I said they was going to portal. Because people with Doctor Strange is going to do that. But the thing with this now, they don't have a Doctor Strange and Wanda team up no more because she gave up. She ain't quit. She ain't go AFK. She just said, no, I'm not finna be Wanda no more because I had Emma. Why would you want to be Wanda if you know I'm gonna grab you out the air? So this is what I'm doing and things like that. But back to what I was saying, If you want to be competitive, you got to know who to ban and who not to ban. Some people are wasteful bans. Some people are great bans. Some people are one of those bans that be like, I didn't know that was a great ban, this is that, but they be great. So yeah, you gotta keep in mind that it's all about, like I said, it's all about mental, a strategy thing. It's all about strategy. If you don't make the correct bans for your team,
Let's go.
then you can kiss that game goodbye. Simple as that. You gotta be on par, on one accord with your teammate. You have to be. See, I'm walling it up to make sure no flyers get through there. I should have just left it at that, but I did that. It kind of broke it. So that's why I said, that's why I'm at the group. As you've seen, we're stalling time. They have 1 minute now to walk this thing down. So we did the stalling that we needed to do. We did the stalling that we needed to do in order to secure this. But this is when I had to go back to Emma, because I did my stalling. That was cool. Did my stalling.
I gotta switch back to
If she would never threw them squirrels at me, I probably would have got away. But this, I had to go back to Emma. As you see, went back to Emma. And we just did what we needed to do, and that's secure the dub. This is what we all need to do. They got 30 seconds left. So yeah, competitive is one of those games that you have to be on one accord with your teammates. Now sometimes your teammates, not gonna lie, sometimes your teammates will sell you. That's just the nature of the game. Sometimes your teammates will sell you. Like I said, Rocket was coming up clutch all game. Look at him. But you just have to realize, sometimes your teammates will sell you. They will. And we secured the dub.
What the fuck you talking about?
But like I said, your teammates will sell you. It's just a matter of,
the fuck is this?
you know, how to adjust. If we didn't adjust, we would have won. We wouldn't even have made it into overtime. And the fact that we came to our senses and we adjusted, instead of complaining, we adjusted, we got the dub. We got the dub. Like I said, I hate switching characters. I don't like when a character have to get me up out my, you know, my main. But if it's to help my teammates win, that's what I have to do. So that's what I did. I adjusted. I know that they have a Strange, Scarlet, and a Jeff. He's not fast enough to get away from either of those specials. So why not get a character that is invincible to 2 of the 3 of those specials, of those alts, to secure the dub? But hey, if you enjoy this game, enjoy this gameplay, give it a thumbs up. And hey, I'm gonna be back with some more Marvel Rivals. No season 3 coming up, so yay, tune in.